Hello, welcome back to Reads of an Apple. My name is Stacy and we are here, or I am here, to start week 2 of 2023. Yeah, I can't believe we are already over a full week in. I don't know where time is going. But if you saw last week's vlog, it ended on some hopeful news for an apartment. It is still hopeful at this point. There was an issue last week where for the past probably, year or so, I thought I made $1 more than I actually do. Because I worked 2 jobs and I thought I made the same at both jobs, but I did not realize that. So I had to go in and change and initial all that kind of stuff so that it said the right wage. And I was hoping today, because the company that does the approvals and all that, they're basically just making sure, because I'm approved like credit and background check wise from the apartment building itself, but because I'm qualifying for one of their more affordable apartments, they do a third party check to just make sure that it's not fraud for affordable housing. But this isn't like government assisted affordable housing or anything like that. It's just if you make a lower wage under a certain threshold, then you qualify for reduced housing at these apartment buildings, which is nice. But so it didn't probably get sent in, and they didn't probably see it till today on Monday, because I signed it when I got off work at like 3ish on Friday, and they're East Coast, so they were probably already closed, because I'm assuming they close at 5. But I guess because of this issue, they needed a copy of my most recent pay stub to show, yes, I do make $18. What was slightly annoying is I had offered to give her my pay stubs multiple times if she needed them on file, if she needed them just in case. And she was just like, nope, we're fine, we're good. Lo and behold, they needed it. So she was like, if you can bring it by. And I was like, if you want, I can email it to you. And she was like, oh, like scan it and send it over. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, I just download them from online since everything's direct deposit and there's like no paperwork anymore. And she's just like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that would work. And in my brain, I'm going, who is she dealing with that they have like no, like even basic computer literacy? And I know that there are some people, but I'm just like, not all of these apartments are affordable. Most of the apartments in this complex are normal, just apartments. So I'm like, what kind of people are you dealing with all the time that they don't know basic computer stuff? And not very many people get paper pay stubs anymore with direct deposit and all that. I don't know. I mean, she also, when I went in to fill out the other application, she was like, we're going through this so quickly. And I'm just like, this is basic information. I don't even need my full social security number. I just needed my last 4. And she told me multiple times I needed my social security number. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I haven't memorized. I haven't memorized since I was like 15 years old. Like, and I'm just like, oh, and you need your work information and the phone numbers. And I'm like, this is basic information. How do you not, like, I don't know. I just feel bad for her if she's been mostly dealing with people who just don't even know how to be like basic citizens that are aware and keep track of most of their, I don't know, important paperwork, I guess to call it. But anyway, so she didn't call me till like 4:30 today asking for the pay stub. And I was like, I will send it to you right away. I was like, it'll take me like a minute to log in to our payroll service provider, download the PDF and send it to you. And then I didn't get a confirmation email back, so I'm kind of slightly like, ooh, but maybe she was just rushing to get it to them or something like that. But because They most likely are already closed. I'm now hoping tomorrow I will get the final full approval for my place. So I just want to know. I just want to know for sure, 100%, that yes, it is mine. So I can make plans, because it's like I have a list. I have like a renter's insurance quote started, but I'm waiting to finalize it until I know for sure when my start date is. I need to get internet set up. I need to get my mail forwarding set up. And I'd like to try to do as much of it in advance as I can to be ready to just implement on moving day, which should be Friday the 20th. But we shall see. So when you're watching this, it will be after when I know. But out there in the universe, please send me your good juju in this moment. Okay, so let's get to my normal things, because I spent too long talking about that than I expected. But that's fine. It's a thing. It's been a running thing for months. I am just ready. I'm just ready to be back into my own place. But let us start off with the quest calendar. Oh, and I forgot to mention, surprise, it's Monday. I did not film a clip this weekend, once again. So we have a little bit of catching up to do. But quest calendar. Welcome to 2023. If you did not see any of my 2022 vlogs, I backed the quest calendar on Kickstarter in 2021 for 2022, and for my weekly vlogs I chose to play it along with you guys on film to help give me and keep me accountable on filming a clip most days. I loved it so much. I got the 2023 edition, so we are playing 2023 as well. So Quest Calendars, if you do not know, is a gaming company. They're actually based out of Colorado. Woohoo! And this is a daily calendar game that is based off of D20 style role-playing games. So think Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, D20, things like that. The theme this year is the Voidspark Chronicles, and that is like space opera, sci-fi vibes, as you can probably see from all the spaceships on the front. I'm very excited. Since we are still in week 2, we are still in the prologue and learning the mechanics of the game. Now, a lot of the mechanics are the same as the previous year. However, the biggest difference will be we will have a ship and ship combat. But right now, we are in the prologue, so we get given a character to play through the prologue, and then once we finish the prologue, we'll get to choose our actual character for the rest of the year. Now let me pull out, I think there was a thing that has our picture. Let me see. Oh, it's on our character sheet. So, and I keep all of my pages for fun. Okay, and I always have Sundial games linked down below. So, I will show you. We are this weird collective nano robotic type thing. If you focus. So, we are the being that's inside this like tube. And we are called Andy, the Autonomous Neural Drone Infrastructure. And then our character sheet is on the back. I do have the hero book for all the full character sheets, but the prologue one is just the normal character sheet. And then we've got our actual quest calendar. So just a basic rundown here. All of the script type font is our story that I will read aloud. I will read it obviously all around. Any of the block style font is going to be the actual mechanics of what we are doing to play the story. And then if there is combat, we will get a little table that tells us how many rounds, how many creatures, and what types of roles that we are going to play. So yesterday, we found out that the lab where we were created is being sent in a new direction, and the admiral that was basically our creator slash caretaker set us free so we could try to escape. So we are in the process of escaping the lab. So let us see, and then all of the information that we need to play is on the back of the previous days. So let us see what is going on. Okay. Looks like we are still attempting to escape the lab. Oh, and Saturdays and Sundays are combined. So even though I didn't film a clip this weekend, we only have 2 days to catch up on, not 3. But let's get into it. Alarms go off in the highway, alerting security of your escape. You run into a locked door ahead of you. You think to turn back and find another route, but you hear the footsteps of approaching security officers headed in your direction. Okay, so we've got some stuff going on here. So number 1, enter the code. And then we have number 2, but there are 4 options for number 2. A is pick the mechanical locking mechanism, which is a dexterity roll. B is hack the access panel, which is a wisdom roll with reminder computer skill. C is break the door down, a strength roll. And D is blast the door down, which is just roll damage. So let me look at the back of the previous day page and see if we have any other information. Okay, so number 1, enter the code. The following appears above the keypad. 8 square 2 square 6 square 2 equals 16. Type in the correct 3 keys of the following 4 to make the equation correct. So there's a plus, a minus, a divide, and a multiplication symbol. So let me grab my pencil here. So that's not a pencil. That is a marker. So 16. So I'm gonna try to work backwards here. So I'm gonna say that this should be divided by 2, which means that we need to be 8 at this point. So okay, if we do 8 times 2 is 16. And then if we do minus 6, that's 10. Okay. And then that wouldn't work there. So how about 8 divided by 2? That's 4. If we do well, actually, hold on. If we do 8 plus 2, or 8 divided by 2, what am I doing? 8 divided by 2 plus 6. Ooh, because if you do this properly, so if we do 8 times 2, or 8 divided by 2, that's 4. But if we plus the 6 times 2, that would be, the 6 times 2 happens first, because math, which would be 12, plus the 4 would be 16. So I'm going to say that. I'm going to say 8 divided by 2 plus 6 times 2. And so the solution is at the bottom, so I will flip it over. 8 divided by 2 plus 6 times 2. Sweet. That didn't take as long as I thought it would. That's fun. This will be, I'm guessing there'll be a lot of like math and kind of computer binary type codes in this game. Okay, if you guessed correctly, the system disables the emergency lock door, but you still need to get past the main locking mechanism. Gain a +4 bonus to options A, B, and C for number 2 below. Fun. Okay, so now, here is the big options that we had. Obviously, with the bonus, we're not going to do the damage one, so we have dexterity, the wisdom, and the strength left. So let's see what our character's good at here. Strength is a 3. Dexterity is a 3. Our wisdom is a 1. We do have the skill computers, which will add a +2, but that also makes the wisdom +3. So we're at +3 for all 3 of these options. So I'm going to try to hack it. I think that one sounds the funnest. The most fun if we use proper grammar here. So let me. Okay, so what we will have is hack the access panel. So roll our d20, and this is the set of dice that came with the game. They're really pretty galaxy dice. And then we will add our wisdom roll plus our +2 from our computer's skills. So our d20 +3 total. So I will roll. And that is an 8. So we are at 11. Not good. Okay, so if the result is between 11 and 15, you manage to open the door. No bonuses, but we get through. So, hey, there's that at least. All right, so that's the wrong page. That was Saturdays and Sundays, so let us do today's. So Monday's page. Okay, so we've got a map. The Zorian Lab Station. Fun. Okay, so let's see. This is set up a little bit different. I'm guessing the X as well is where we'll start. In the previous game, we started on the S, but let's see what it says. Having made it out of the lab, you will need to navigate around the rest of this level to discover a possible way off the station. Begin at the X and navigate around the lab station. Visit each numbered area along your path. Explore and resolve each area you visit before you choose your next. So, we are starting here on the X. So I'm going to say let's go into 1 and then go across to 4. And then we'll come down this hallway and we'll check out number 6 here. And then we'll make our way up, and that will put us in area 2. We'll come over and look at area 3, and then come over and look at area 5. So we will go in that order. So we will start with number 1. You enter this room and see a security guard is searching for you. It turns and rushes toward you with an electrified baton. Roll attack, then damage. Okay. So our attack is +4. So I will roll our d20 for 15. So we have 19 to hit. Let us see what it is. If your attack roll is 13 or more, you hit the guard. Okay, so now we roll damage, and we have a d8. So I'll pull my d8. And 6. Okay. If you hit and your damage roll is 4 or more, the guard dies. Well, okay, that was a little anticlimactic, but we will move on. So then into room number 4, which is across the way. When you open the door to this small storage room, you find 2 scientists cowering in fear. One looks at you and is about to scream for help. Try to calm them down. Charisma, roll. And charisma is our best skill. So we have a +4. What did I do with my d20? So let us hope for the best. And that is... oh my gosh, it's a 1. It's a 1. So we're at 5. Both scientists scream for help as they violently kick you out of the room. Reduce your health by 2. Ow. Ow, man. Ow. So far using this new dice, our rolls haven't been too well. Alright, 2 damage. We are at officially half health. We've taken 5 damage and our hit points are 10. Alright, well, let us move on to room number 6. I don't wanna. Okay, you move down the hallway and hear a familiar mechanical whir as another security sentry begins to take aim at you. Roll attack, then roll damage. Alright, we will roll our d20. Okay, that is... What are we at? We are at a +4. So this is a 16. So 20. So a little better roll here. If your attack roll is 12 or more, you hit. Perfect. So now we will roll our damage. And that is a 2. Yep. Alright, the sentry is not destroyed. It fires you because we needed 5 or more to destroy it. So our defense is a 13. If your defense is 13 or more, reduce your health by 1. So we got the lower hit point amount, which is nice because we are almost dead. Alright. Well, this is fun. Alright, and then we are going up to, okay, it looks like 5. I read because they were backwards. So we're going to do this section 5, and then we will hit 3, and then 2. I got 5 and 2 mixed up because it's reversed in my camera here. So 5. You spot a simplified map of the station on the wall. It directs others where to go in emergencies. You look it over for a moment and spot a hangar on another level. Boarding a ship there may be your best chance to escape. You may end your search here or return after visiting other rooms on this level to fully explore what is on this floor. Okay, yeah, we might as well. We've got 2 rooms left. We will return to this map. So let us look at room number 3. You enter an empty lab. Stations have been abandoned in the middle of work. It must have been vacated once the alarms began to sound. You may have a moment to search the lab. Roll an intellect roll. Well, that is a +1. We are not very smart. And hey, it's an 11, so we have 12. You find a med kit within a first aid area. Add med kit to your inventory. A med kit heals 2d4, but it cannot be used in the middle of combat. Fun. Okay, so we have a med kit. Perfect. And then our final room is room number 2. A chamber stands in the middle of this room. It holds an unknown specimen for observation. It looks to be in pain and just as tortured as you were. If you want to try to free it, find a way to do so. And this is a wisdom roll. Okay. And so our wisdom is a +1 once again. And this is a 12, so that makes it 13. Room number 2 is 11 or more. You find a lever to pull. A force field within the chamber shuts off, and the creature inside starts thrashing violently. The glass begins to crack and break with each smash. You don't stick around long enough to see what it does when it escapes. Note down free specimen somewhere for future reference. Well, I hope that comes back to give us some good karma. That would be nice. Okay, and then we will make our way back to room number 5, which is where this little computer station is with a map that will show us how to get to the, escape pod ship area. So, and that is it for the quest calendar for today and this weekend. So we will catch back up. We are now caught up, and then tomorrow we will continue on with Tuesday moving forward. And I'm going to stick my character sheet in here just so I don't lose it. Okay. Other than that, I have a couple other tiny little things I wanted to touch base on. I did get a package today. I ordered this back in April when the pre-order went out, and it was marked as shipped like before Christmas, but it finally showed up today. And that is the Bridgerton box. And this is volume 2. I did get Bridgerton box volume 1. I did not do an opening video for it, but I think I will do an opening video for this. I don't know if I'm going to do it right away, depending on what happens with moving, because it might just be easier to leave this box as is, all taped up and nice, and then just worry about unboxing it once I move. But we will see. I am a little disappointed that they put stickers on the box. So I tried to keep my other one as nice as possible, and I saved it because it looks like a box, or it looks like a book. It's so cute. And I feel like it's bigger than the other one was. But this was put together by Once Upon a Book Club. If you have not heard of them before, they do, I think it's a monthly subscription. And they have a couple different options where you'll get a book and then you will get, I want to say like 3 or 4 little surprises. But the little gifts and surprises that you get with the book correspond to specific things, events, items that are in the actual book itself. So when you're reading the book, there will be like a little sticky note or something in the book that's like, open package 1. And then you'll open it and it'll be something associated to what's going on in the story, which is super fun. I just looked in the first one on what was going on when I got the Bridgerton books, because I just finished my reread of the series. So I probably won't do it that way when I open this. I'll probably just open them with you all together. But I'm very excited to open this. And we'll see how long I can put it off for. And then the other thing is I did another Orange Umbrella Company order. I had placed an order for them before the end of the year for some planner stickers for the way that I'm doing my bookish content, and I got a freebie from them for a couple little stitch labels stickers that worked perfectly in my tarot notebook, because there are some areas where she has generic spreads, and I like when it comes to like a month or to a yearly spread or something, or like moon spreads, I like more specific questions outside of generic ones. So these are the samples that I got, and I love them. I thought they were perfect for what I wanted to do in my tarot workbook. So I ordered some more, and then I ordered more things to get free shipping, and I got a lot of her washi tape stickers, which you will see because they were on clearance. So I got more bang for my buck. Okay, so and then they had this cow vinyl sticker. I just had to get it. It's super cute. My mom was obsessed with cows, and I love little vinyl stickers like this. I put them on magnets and use them to decorate things, because I hate putting stickers on and then not being able to reuse them when they're really nice vinyl stickers like that. But let us go through. So here is one of the washi tape collections. So we've got some thin washi tapes and some thicker washi tapes, which I just think, I have a bunch of washi tape, but I think these are really pretty. So I just got them for fun and decorating. I thought these might be really cute to put on like cards when I do cards for people. And here's a really pretty pink, light pink florals. And then this top one, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's a very pale green, like almost tiled design. And I love this pale pink plaid, not pad. And then here's some like Christmassy ones with holly. Super cute. And then these ones are kind of like feathery and give me a summer color vibe. More florals. And most of these were on clearance. Not all of them. Some of them were from their new collections, but a lot of them were on clearance. And then I had to get some of their fall ones because I love fall colors. I love the 2 different plaids and the pumpkins and the fall leaves. I love everything on this one. And then here's another one that I mainly got because of the pine cone washi. They are so cute. And then here is another Halloween fall set. So we've got pumpkins and webs and little Halloween-y characters. And then this is like another fall tone vibe, but it's a little more generic and just kind of coffee and tea vibed. But it's fall colors. And then this actually was one that was not on clearance, but it was a part of one of their New Year's winter sets that came out in the beginning of January or in December for sticker kits. And then I had to get their super thick Galaxy washi because it is so pretty. And then I got some icon. I think this one was on clearance, so I got some moon icons because I thought that would be fun to add for my moon spreads. And then I might even use them to mark them in my other planners so I know moon stuff. And then I got 3 sheets of the sample washi, or the sample little skinny, I don't know, event header labels. I don't know what to call them. I'm not that, like, I'm into planner stuff and I'm into planner stickers, but I don't know like all the terminologies. But so I got 3 sheets of these because I did the math, and this should get me through all year in my tarot workbook if I do all of the spreads that I can that aren't like extra. So all of the new moon, full moon, monthly spreads, and I think those were the 3 main ones. There might be 1 or 2 other ones in there. And then they sent another little thing of freebies, which is super cute. So let's take a look. I mean, it worked last time. So we've got 4 little cute icons. And they are mostly winter. I think that flag's probably wintry, but they're super cute. And then this is kitties with a beer mug. Okay. And then here are some appointment labels. And then this is just some script one. So this says goals. And it says, don't tell the husband, which is hilarious, but not useful for me. But that's really cute. Yeah, and so those are their little freebies. I will link them down below. This is the second order I've gotten from them, and I love it. I have been using their little icon ones that I got in my booktube, or my book planner, and I am loving using them. And I think they are a good option for what I need, because I'm not doing like full bullet journals. Mine's more of like an actual date planner that isn't one that I'm like designing myself. I just needed like flags and little bullet icons and things like that. So the other thing I have left, and yes, this is a long clip because it's the first one of a week and I didn't film it on the first day, is I finished Frostbite by Rochelle Mead. I am reading the first 3 books of this series. This is the second book of the Vampire Academy series for the read-along going on. And I needed to read my ebooks before they expired from my library, because I did get a notification that other people are on hold for them. So I won't really be able to extend my checkout if I waited to read them closer to when the live show is. But this one I did not enjoy quite as much as the first one. I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. The story is continuing for our characters Rose and Lissa, Dimitri. There was some interesting and weird decisions made by our characters, and I know they're young, but there were some weird ones that I took issues with. Again, more here. We also kind of upped the stakes quite a bit at the end of this one, so that was surprising for sure. So for Winter's Kiss 2, I used this for holiday word in the title because I thought frost counted and I made it work. Then for my Starbucks quarterly challenge, I used it for pumpkin cream cold brew, which there's suspense in a story. Then read what you own. This counts for because I got it from the library. For Gildathon, I use this for Through Fire and Flames, which is continue a series. And that's it. And I will see you tomorrow. Hello. I did it again. Happy Tuesday? No, today's not Tuesday. What is today? Today's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I skipped Tuesday. But there's a lot that happened yesterday, and then I had the Avalanche game, and when I sat down to watch that, I was like, I'll finally work on some more Christmas presents, because I haven't worked any since New Year's, and I fell asleep. So I missed the entire Avalanche game. Again, that's happened the last 2 games in a row. But yesterday, Tuesday, I got news. The apartment is officially mine. I have a place. I officially have a place. I paid all my moving costs. I have things already set up to get in the works. The only few things I have left to do is figure out internet, but I have to go in and talk to them because there's a weird situation going on because I signed up for them and my cell phone service at the same time, so there's a discount if you combine them. And at that point, you can only get your cell service through them if you got internet through them. And that has since changed. Like, I got that cell service when it was this company first had it. And when I tried to reset things up online, it wouldn't let me combine. And it wouldn't give me any of the discounts or deals that you get for having both services. And then it was like, please call us. And I was like, I'm not calling you. I'm just going to go into the store and have them figure it out. So that'll be my plan this weekend. Plus packing up pretty much what I'm not using. I mean, everything is mostly packed up except for like clothes and stuff that I've been using and some books. But it should be pretty easy and doable. And so move-in is Friday the 20th. And then I have a whole year, almost a whole year. The lease runs through December to just kind of get settled and be in my own place. And I'm hoping that this works out. And I'm happy that I just at least know I have a place. Oh, that is so much stress off myself. But lo and behold, last night I still had trouble sleeping, but I'm sure it will take a few days for the stress of the whole situation to kind of stop wearing and tearing my body and my mind. But hopefully once I actually move in, it'll just be like a breath of fresh air kind of a deal. But I just had to share that fun news. Yeah, so let us talk about books that I have been reading. I did start Shadow's Kiss. This is the 3rd book in the Vampire Academy series, and I'm reading this for the read-along, and I am only 47% through this. Now, the 2 previous books I got through a lot quicker. I checked the ebooks out from my Libby, but I'm having... but I can send them to my Kindle. They are Kindle available. And so I've been having my Lexi read them to me, but this one I didn't. Because I picked up an actual audiobook instead. I was in the mood for something a little different and something that I've noticed with the audiobooks, and I mentioned this during some of my Vlogmases, if I have Lexi read it to me via my app on my phone, she kind of glitches out sometimes, but if I send it to my Echo Dot, she doesn't glitch out at all. So if I have her read it to me, I prefer it to be that way, just so I don't miss stuff, and then I'm not trying to mess with my phone and figure out what's going on. But I decided to just check something out, an audiobook out from Hoopla. And so I've been physically reading this, but because, like I said, my sleep schedule is so crazy, when I actually lay down, I am in bed. So I haven't had very much time to physically read on my Kindle. I did get a good chunk done today because today was Cheese's first appointment to follow up on the thyroid medication she's on. So I went in today to get her blood work, and then we will go from there. But she's still trucking along. So I had some time this morning, so I got a good little chunk read. Most of the time it's like 5-10 minutes, or like I'll read when I'm sitting in my car waiting for it to warm up after work, but I don't want to sit there forever, so I just wait till my car is warm enough that I feel comfortable to start driving it. Or I'm ready to start driving it and it's warm enough for me. And so I'm just getting little increments here and there, but that's okay. I just really need to get it done because I have another audiobook that I would also like to get to, but I want to read the that's Clean Sweep by Alona Andrews. I want to listen to the graphic audio while I read the physical copy. And then I need to start reading the ebook for Crescent City because it expires soon. I think I have 12 days left on it, but I want to finish this one first. And I know it is a long book, and there's already at least one person waiting for me. I saw the notification, so I won't really be able to extend my hold on it. But if I have to return it, I have the physical copy. So I'll just have to try to cram it in after I move and read the physical copy before the live show, but I'm not too worried. I just would like to get them kind of done as quick as possible, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm 47% through Shadow Kiss, and it's intriguing so far. So here's the thing. I never read this. This is definitely YA. Sarah J. Maas I consider more new adult versus YA. I guess maybe the first book's a little more YA. But this one isn't gripping me the same. I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed the first book. The second book was okay. I had some more issues with it. This one it's also kind of dragging a little bit. Like there isn't too much hooking me yet. And I kind of see some of where like the plot's gonna kind of take us, but everybody's just, and again, there's a lot going on, but I don't like people being mean to the heroine for seemingly no reason, and her also recognizing it and pointing it out, but these are just supposed to be her teachers, and it just, I don't know, it seems like situations that are being put on our heroine to make the reader connect with the heroine or feel for the heroine or something, and not actually feel true to these side characters, I guess, archetypes, and like true to what the story's gonna be. Like, I don't know, it just feels kind of off to me, but we'll see what happens. And we're dealing with consequences from the first book. Well, maybe not consequences, but the trial for the big bad in the first book is happening here. And then we have Rose who's seeing shadows, and her aura is darker, and she thinks she's going crazy. And I'm just like, you learned you were shadow kissed. You've touched death's realm. You walked in the death realm, or whatever they're calling it. Like, put 2 and 2 together, please. You're supposed to be not that stupid of a heroine as a high schooler. Like, so that's kind of a little frustrating, but we'll see how things kind of progress once I can actually like sit down and try to really get into the book. But in other news, the audiobook I picked up was The Devil's Necklace by Kat Martin. This is the second book in her Necklace trilogy. And this is the follow-up to The Bride's Necklace, which I read last month. That was originally for Rake Appreciation before it got canceled. And I enjoyed it, and I wanted to continue. I'm 68 or 78% through. I only have a few hours left in the audiobook. It's like 10 hours long. And I'm enjoying it. It is a little bit more angsty, I feel like. And basic premise here is we have the hero is Ethan, who is the cousin of Cord, who was the hero from the first book, and he was a privateer for Britain, and he was captured by France during the war, and they broke him out of a French prison in the previous book. And then we find out at the end of the book, so this is spoilers for the first book, I should say, but we find out that Grace, who is the heroine's good friend, and also her parents are friends with the three guys, because there's also a Duke, who I'm assuming the third book is about. They're also friends with Grace's parents, so Grace was friends with our heroine, and then they were able to see each other again. And she finds out that she is a bastard and who her real father is a Viscount. And then she finds out that he is in prison, so she helps break him out of prison in the beginning of this book, and come to find out he was in prison because he is being charged with treason as the person who leaked the whereabouts of Ethan's ship, which caused the capture of his ship and for everyone to die except him and two of his crew members. So there's a lot of angst and tension between them. He kidnaps her in the beginning when she's going to her aunt's house because he finds out that she might have something to do with her father's disappearance, but he thinks that she is his mistress, and so he's just trying to get her to sleep with him as revenge. And then he takes her innocence, and then he finds out that she's actually his daughter, and then we have an unexpected pregnancy, and that's all like 40% in. So once again, this is very long. There's a lot going in plot wise, but while it is a little longer than I typically appreciate it for a historical, I feel like we're also getting a really good time of their lives. It's not just a short period of time, kind of really drawn out. We are covering quite a bit of time, I feel like. So I don't know, but I'm enjoying it for sure so far. I don't know if I like it better than the first book, but it's definitely more angsty, which isn't usually a go-to for me. And I have a prediction that her father is actually being framed and it's somebody else. But yeah, but we've got marriage of convenience-ish, marriage of not forcing but kind of forcing because she's pregnant. But then she didn't tell him because she didn't realize that he was cousins to her friend's now husband from the first book. So it's like this big whole menagerie of people. And then they're both pining after each other, but he's just so set on the fact that not only is her father a traitor, but her father is the traitor that basically caused the death of all of his men, and for him to live in a French prison, and now he has an injured leg, so he has a limp, and it's a whole thing. But I'm enjoying it. And I definitely went way too much into it than I typically do for my weekly vlogs, or at least what I would like to continue doing for my weekly vlogs. But there you go. That's where I'm at. My plan tonight is, after I'm done filming, to crochet and try to get through as much of the rest of the audiobook as I can, because both of these books have kind of been dragging on a little bit because I've been kind of bouncing back and forth through them. But yeah, none of the other books I want to read have an official audiobook that I have access to through like my library or one of the other services I have for free. So yeah. I should mention, I I don't know if it will affect when this video is out, because hopefully this video will be out on the day I want it to be out, because my schedule is already getting kafluied after I posted this past weekend what my schedule should be for the rest of January, because I filmed my contemporary favorites bracket Sunday night, and I had it edited Sunday night, and I was like, I am good. I'm super ahead of the game. I can start pre-filming some things as I can every night, or do editing and keep things rolling. And my computer shut off while it was exporting and corrupted it, so I tried it again. Sometimes if that happens, if like the computer is updating or something silly, if you change like the settings slightly on how you want it to export, it will still work. Tried that, it did not work again. So then I had to delete the video in my editing software, completely re-edit the video, and I tried exporting it 3 other times, and it still has not worked. And yeah, so now I'm getting really frustrated because that was supposed to go up yesterday, but I might just have to shift on my favorite brackets by a week until I can figure out what's going on with it. So tonight when I got home from work, I edited my week 1 vlog, because that's supposed to post tomorrow on Thursday. And so far so good, but we'll see if this will export properly. So we'll see what happens. If not, I might throw my computer out the window. But yeah, otherwise, let's catch up on the quest calendar, and then I have a little bit of an unboxing to do. So, where I left you on Monday was we are trying to escape the Zorian lab, and we explored this kind of level area and ended up at this little map station. So, ooh, okay, it looks like we are going to be fighting this alien dude. He looks very similar to the Duros race from Star Wars. Okay. You turn a corner and find a security guard facing you. It powers on the rifle it is brandishing. The rifle hums and emits a faint light as it charges up. You can feel an odd sensation coming from the gun. Similar to the cage you escaped from in the lab, it is painful just to be near the device. The electromagnetic blast rifle should take care of you quickly, the guard laughs. Okay, so based on our chart here, we're going to have 4 rounds with just attack and damage versus the guard. So, just a quick refresher here, more for me than for you. This is who we are. Here's our character sheet, and we are at an attack of +4 and a damage of D8. Okay, so let us get to it. Alright, so round 1. Okay. That is a 9. So we are at +4. So we are at 13. We needed 14. Of course. Of course. Of freaking course. This D20 is not rolling well for me, guys. Okay, so if you missed, what is our defense? Our defense is 13. If your defense is 15 or less, reduce your health by 2. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate, because guess what? We now have 8 damage and our hit points are 10. Oh no. Okay. I feel like these prologue people are a lot harder than they were last year. So on to round 2. So we need a 14, which means we have to roll a 10 or better. And I might end up switching dice because this D20 is not rolling well for me. Alright, well there's a 16. So we do hit this time. So I will roll our D8. Okay, and that is a 7. So he is stunned this round, so we did not hurt him. Okay, so on to round 3. That is a natural 20. Okay, cool. I yelled at my dice, and now it's like, I'm sorry. All right, and D8, that is 8 damage. Perfect. So this time we needed 6 or more, so he is stunned again. Perfect. And on to our final round, round 4. Come on, baby. That is, I can't see it. It rolled behind my iPod. It is a 13. So we do hit once more. So final damage. And that is a 6. Okay, so, and we needed 4 or more to stun him this round. If you dealt a total of 20 damage or more, you defeated the guard. What did we do? We did 7, 8, and 6. So we did do 20. So we did defeat him. So he's defeated, not fleeing, which is good. Okay. I really hope we get a chance to heal here soon. So that was the guard that we defeated. So let's do today's calendar. Oh, okay. And we have another map. All right. So focus. Okay, so I'm assuming we're starting at the X again, and then we will get to travel throughout here. Okay, so you've made it to the level where a hangar should be. You hope a ship is available, but you still need to be careful. Alarms blare throughout the station. Numerous guards and military personnel are hunting you down. Begin at the X and navigate around the station. Visit each numbered room along your path. Explore and resolve each room you visit before you choose your next. Okay, so 5 is the hallway that we're in. So we will do 5. And then we will go up to 2H hangar, which is actually, we'll look in 6. Because 6 has an open doorway first. So here's our X. So here's the doorway. So we'll look in 6. So 5 is first because this is the hallway. And then we've got 6, and then we'll continue forward a little bit and hit 3, and then we'll come down here to 4, and then here's the entrance to 1, and then we will come up here to 2, it looks like. Yep. So we will take that route. All right, so starting in the hallway, which is 5. You encounter a roaming security bot sweeping the area, but it doesn't seem to immediately recognize you. Your unique makeup as a swarm of bots may be confusing it. Convince it you are not the threat. So this is a charisma roll. And our charisma, I believe, is a +4. And that it is. Okay. Alright, so 13. So we have 17. This is room 5 again. Okay, if the result is 11 or more, the bot seems convinced you are no threat and continues its sweep. Perfect. So then we will stick our head in room number 6. A guard discovers you and aims its electromagnetic blast pistol at you. Roll attack, then roll damage. Okay. And our attack is a 16. So that's 20 to hit. And this guy is a 14 as well. Perfect. So damage roll is a 6. If you hit and your damage roll is 6 or more, perfect, the guard dies. Well, that's good, because that could have been bad for us. Part of me's like, we shouldn't continue exploring, but I want to continue exploring. Okay, so room number 3, so that's that little hangar. You find a small hangar with a single ship. As you go to approach it, the engines turn on and it takes off. The heat from the jets burn you up as you try to get out of the way. So a constitution roll, and we have a +2. And that is a 18 or 19. What is? No. Is that a 14 or a 19? That's a 19. Okay, this is a little hard to tell. The heat stings reduce your health by 1. Oh no. Oh no, we are at 1 hit point. Oh no. Okay, well, we have to hit room 4 because it's a hallway. You step onto a large electrified panel. It is a trap. Electricity begins to course throughout the bots that make up your body. Roll a Constitution roll. We're about to die. Because even the highest level on this to pass, you still take at least 1 damage. Well, that's a 14. And what was this? A Constitution. So, plus a 2. So, 16. You endure the shock as you quickly get off the panel. Reduce your health by 1. So, we are at 10 hit points. And I didn't die in all of my time, outside of the prologue, when we were, like, forced to die. Oh, I don't know the dying rules. I read through them in the beginning, but I've never used them. This is annoying. Yes, we rolled horribly, but almost everything that we've done, too, even if we pass it, we still take damage. That's annoying. Okay, so cloning is expensive. Okay, so it is likely that at some point along your journey, your hero's health gets reduced to 0. You can be resurrected via a clone, but cloning comes at a price. Roll a d4, and that tells you cloning is expensive. Lose 50% of your credits rounded up. If you have none, re-roll the d4 again. We don't have any credits because of our creature here. So oh wait, that was number 1. If you roll, okay, so hold on. The rolling the d4 tells us what happens. There's a list here of 4 different items. Okay, so let us see what happens. And that is a 4. Oh wait, no, that's a 1. Okay, these dice are kind of hard to read, especially when they roll like under my desk here. All right. So 1 is, okay, is the one I just read. Lose 50% of your credits rounded up. If you have none, then re-roll the d4 again. Okay, so we will re-roll. And we have a 1 again. Oh my gosh. And now it's stuck behind my tripod. I swear, I'm just having issue with these dice today. Hi, what are you doing? That's another 1. Oh my gosh. Come on, d4. Pick something other than 1. 4. I don't know if that's good or not. Let's see. Okay, 4. A new experimental cloning procedure works well. You are cloned successfully, but it was done in haste, and you aren't feeling well. Mark all use per rest abilities as used until your next rest. Cool. Cool. Okay, so once you have been resurrected, bring your current health to half of your max value, round it up, and remove any infected or malfunction conditions, and resume the next encounter of the day with your modified character stats. And we didn't have the option to take a modified that. Okay, so a single physician. Okay, we don't have physical injuries. Those also may be removed. Okay, alright, so we didn't have any of the other options, so it looks like we just get half of our health back. So I will erase this. We are at back down to 5 damage. Okay, well that could have been a lot worse. We could have taken modifier damage and stuff like that. So I guess we continue forward, or is that just the end? I think let's just continue forward. So that was room 4. So we have room 1 and we have room 2 left. So room 1, you find a guard, but it hasn't noticed you yet. You try to sneak past without making noise or getting spotted. Okay, so this is a dexterity roll, reminder stealthy, and we do have stealthy in our dex as a 3, so we get a +5 to what we roll here. And that is a 10, so 15. If the result is 11 or more, you make it past the guard unnoticed. Perfect. So then on to room 2. You find a hangar with an available ship. It is your chance to escape. You may continue to explore this level and return here when you wish to move on. We've explored everywhere, and I don't want to go anywhere else again because that was not good. Oh my gosh. Well, we have our first official death. At least it's with the prologue character and not our real character, because it's not quite as sad, but I have to put these dice in a timeout, I think. Okay. Novel Grounds. I did do a little order from them. At the end of the year, they announced that they were discontinuing all of their previous passport collections of 2022, and they brought some of them back in stock. So I was finally able to get the one sticker that I have been wanting the most from them because it came back in stock, and then I did get one other item because I had to at least get something. So the sticker I got is the Illyrian Wing Service stamp sticker. They always do a stamp sticker and like a postcard theme, usually every month. And this was for the Valaris theme, and I wanted this, and it sold out so friggin' quickly. So I finally was able to get the actual full-size sticker. They did have a sheet too that had all of the stamps of the year, but they were a lot smaller because it was a full sticker sheet. But I wanted the nice vinyl sticker, and it is so pretty. I love it. I love it. I am obsessed. And then the other one is also Valaris related. So let me just pair that up. Toss this over here. And I have not looked at it yet. I've left it sitting over here. I wanted to get the blanket, and then they also had a mug, and they had all sorts of stuff, but I went with the tote bag. So I got, oh, it's bigger than I thought it'd be. So I got the Valaris tote bag. So here we go. We got nice straps. So here is the Valaris postcard design, and it has the Illyrian stamp on it. Let me see. And it has the same design on both. So it has, so the stamp shows that it came from Prithian. Postage paid. And then it's, oh, it has a note to Reese from Feyre on the postcard. So it says, Reese, I am broken in healing, but every piece of my heart belongs to you. Your mate, Feyre. Like I said, they offered a blanket option that I really thought about getting, but I have a lot of blankets, but I use tote bags like crazy because I use them for project bags, and I love using them as just like book bags, and I just love bags in general. So I will definitely be adding this to my normal rotation of things, and I'm very happy to have it. I didn't realize that it, like, I knew it had a note on it, but I didn't see before what the actual note is. But that's so sweet. I love it. All right, I'll stop rambling at you because it is another long update today, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Hello. Once again, I have done it. It is Saturday, and it is about 6 o'clock in the evening. Officially having a place and knowing that I'm moving and having an official start date, like, I was hoping the stress would kind of dissipate quicker, but I'm definitely have still been kind of struggling sleeping, and I think once I get into my new place, things will be fine. And there's just been so much going on, but at the same time, I've been needing to just sit and read when I come home and sit and decompress, and I haven't really been able to do that for a while. And yeah, I was like, this is what I need. This is what I want. When the Avs games were on the past couple nights, and I've thought, oh, I'll crochet while the game's on, or I'll read during commercial breaks and intermissions. I fell asleep through 2 entire games. And then the game that was on Thursday night, I fell asleep during the entire second period. So I've just been kind of like catching up on stuff, and I'm sorry if it looks like there's an absolute wreck behind me. I started packing up stuff this weekend that I won't be using or that I won't use for the next week. So yeah, that is why I did not do an update, but I'm here to close out week 2. Of course, I put my note all the way over there. So, books wise, I did finish Shadow Kiss by Rochelle Mead. I don't remember what I gave this. I feel like I gave this 4 stars. So the first book and this book are 4 stars. I will just pull up my notes here really quick. I am intrigued to read more. This ended on a cliffhanger, and I was just like, okay, I'm hooked. I'm hooked to see what happens with book 4. I'm intrigued to see. I think this already had a movie made after it, but I know there's a TV show that's coming soon. So I'm definitely interested in to see how this plays out. I'm hoping that they're a little older, like maybe more college aged and not high school aged, because it is hard for me to enjoy that a little bit more. But yeah, I give this 4 stars. I enjoyed it. The cliffhanger, I feel like stakes were properly upped, and it felt like not only did the stakes increase, but everybody's maturity level also ticked up a little bit more. And while they were still high school students and there was still the high school normal drama stuff, there was also a realization and an acceptance that the things that they are going through are more mature and not like that they have to kind of grow up a little bit. So I enjoyed this. I'm excited to talk about it with everybody during the live show. However, it starts when I'm still at work, and I am slightly upset about that because it's so early. It starts at like 4 or 4:30 my time, and I'm like, that's 3:30 for people on the West Coast. I'm like, people, like, can we do it at night? Or more in the evening so that people actually have time to participate if they work at a place. And I'm sorry, my hair is a complete wreck. Like I said, I was packing stuff and dealing with stuff all day, so I just threw my hair up and didn't really care. And maybe I should have fixed it before I started recording, but I don't care. And if I don't care, I don't know why. I just apologize to you for it. But if it is bothering you, because I know sometimes I see things and I'm just like, there's that one little flyaway and I just see it and I keep looking at it in somebody's video. So if my hair is bothering you, I'm sorry, but I'm not fixing it. So for my reading challenges for Shadow Kiss, for Winter's Kiss, I use this for non-holiday romance. I think technically on the board it's written as a holiday, or maybe it is non-holiday romance. I don't know. Some of these I use shorthand in my notes just to kind of help save space. Then for the Starbucks Quarterly Challenge, I use this for Honey Citrus Mint, which one of the options for that is a friend group in the story. I also counted this for Read What You Own because I had this already checked out in my Libby. I also read this as an ebook. I didn't I didn't have my Lexi read very much of this to me. For No Resolution January, this counted for a book that's part of a series. And for the Guildathon yearly readathon, I use this for Through Fire and Flames, which one of the options is a series that you want to continue. And then, so during the same time I actually started this book, the same day I started Shadow Kiss, but this was my audiobook that I was listening to. I may have already talked about it before, but I started The Devil's Necklace by Kat Martin. This is the second book in her Necklace trilogy, and I think I did already talk about it, but I love this. Also 4 stars. Things happened. There was so much going on in this book. We get the entire pregnancy, and then things got crazy at the end, and I was like, are we getting close? And I was like, no, we still have this plot hole and this plot line and this plot line. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And then it like abruptly ended, and I wanted a little bit after the last, because the last big thing that we deal with is the issue with her father potentially being a traitor. I'm not going to spoil it. And then it just like ends. And I wish there would have been a little bit more of time spent after all of these different kind of crazy things that happen with Grace and Ethan as a married couple. Just seeing them really be able to start their HEA. But I'm sure that we will see them in the next book. I don't know when I'll pick it up. I will probably pick up the last book in the trilogy because it is the Duke's book. But it's a second chance romance, which I'm not a big fan of. And it seems kind of angsty. When I was doing The Devil's Necklace in my stats and marking it as read on everything, I did see Alexa Dismiss. I did see that the third book was the lowest rated book, and that people who have enjoyed the first couple didn't quite enjoy the third one as much. So I don't know if I'm going to jump right into it, but I was looking for another audiobook, so I still need to find another audiobook at this point, but I haven't decided what exactly I'm going to go with. But for Devil's Necklace, like I said, 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. For Winter's Kiss, I used this for set during a season that's not winter. I mean, technically there is a small portion of this book that is in winter because it encompasses such a large amount of time. But where we spend most of the time in this book, it is not winter. So I counted it. For Starbucks Quarterly Challenge, I use this for nitro cold brew with sweet cream, and one of the options for that is enemies to lovers. This also worked for Read What You Own because I got this from Hoopla. And No Resolution January, I use this for fewer than 1 human on the cover because there's no humans on the cover, which is a weird way to word it. When I first wrote it down in my book, in my brain I thought, okay, it's just 1 or less people. But then I was like, no, fewer than 1 is 0. So it's just weird wording. But it's no people on the cover. And then for Gildathon, I use this for Crimson Robe, which is a red cover. And there is that. I will say I did start Crescent City Friday night, but I'm going to leave whatever's going on for that for the beginning of my week 3 vlog because I'm just going to do it then because I did not finish it on Friday. Oh my gosh. Whew. That was a surprising yawn. Okay, so let us do the quest calendar. We have 2 days to do. So on Wednesday, when I last chatted with you, we made it up to the 2nd floor, to where the hangars are, and we were able to approach one of the ships, or I guess this is the ship that we were approaching. So let us see. I'm guessing we're finally gonna get to learn how to do the ship stuff because that's like the biggest new mechanics that we'll have to learn this year. Okay. Yep. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Look at it. You found an available ship, your ticket to escape off the station. You make your way across the platform to it and notice a lot of commotion outside of the hangar. Ships, explosions, and gunfire can be seen and heard outside. It looks dangerous. Maybe the alarms weren't all for you. Dr. Latimer did mention something about a rebellion. Use the nearby key panel and the key Dr. Latimer gave you to unlock and access the ship. Roll a d20 plus intellect, reminder, computers. Okay, so our intellect is a 1, but we do have computers, so we get a +3 to our d20 roll. All right, let's see how we're doing today. And I have stuff all over my counter, so I'm going to move my stuff here. And okay, so 16, so that's 19 total. And this is not what I need to look at. I need to look at the sheet. Okay, so if the result is 15 or more, the docking latch disconnects from the ship and the hatch to the cockpit opens with a hiss. You climb inside the ship and close the hatch. You use the key Dr. Latimer gave you to start the engines. The control panels light up and the engines begin to rev up. You are soon ready to take off. Flying into the battle raging on the outside will be dangerous. You will need to familiarize yourself with how to fly and fire the weapons to defend yourself. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting! Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay. I feel like it'll be fairly intuitive because most of the other stuff that we've done for the quest calendar has been fairly intuitive, especially if you've played role-playing games before. But, whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! The second period just started behind me. I wanted to record it during the first, but there's a huge fight happening. I just saw lots of movement in the background, and England's in a fight. They're playing the Ottawa Senators tonight. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Ooh, those are some haymakers. Oh my gosh. They're so cute. After the fight, they both patted each other on the head and then went off to the penalty boxes. Oh man, I love hockey. I love hockey, and it's just, people always think about the fights, and yeah, I get bloodthirsty during the fights because I want my guy to win, but there's a reason, and there's most of the time such good-natured gamesmanship during the fights like that. Like, they just patted each other on the head and went on there, and they like immediately went to the penalty boxes. No fighting with the refs, no continuing on with any other players on the teams. They just went their separate ways and moved on. Overall, hockey really is like a gentlemanly sport. You know, and sometimes you just gotta get that aggression out. Okay, what was I doing? Back to the quest calendar. I got distracted. This is why I try to film these during the intermission and not during the game, but so, Friday, we have, ooh, okay, that looks like the doctor, or the admiral. So, we see him when we leave. Okay. You familiarize yourself with the spacecraft, but you can't afford another moment longer. You have the basic controls and weapons down. It will need to be enough. You watch from the cockpit as you spot Dr. Latimer and Admiral Ancor charge into the hangar as you take flight. The Admiral takes out his blaster and fires on the craft. It isn't powerful enough to cause damage. You can't hear them from the cockpit, but the Admiral is enraged and threatening Dr. Latimer. Interesting. Huh. Okay. So, determine your ship's combat abilities. Roll a d20 and record this for your aim. Okay. So that is a 10. I need a pencil. Okay, so let's see here. Your aim determines how accurate you are at firing on enemy targets. Similar to attack, you will have a chance to hit an enemy before they fire back at you. Unlike traditional combat, you will not make a separate damage roll for dogfights. Aim also represents your ability to target a ship with a well-placed strike. A single hit is enough to take out most ships or cause others to go on the offensive. Okay, so now we will have to do evasion. All right, and so let me just look and see. So this is number 2, roll a d20 for evasion, and 3 is roll a d4 to determine your shield. Okay, so I'm going to set the quest calendar aside and we'll just go off of the back of this. So evasion is a d20 and that is a 15. Okay, I don't know where we're supposed to write these, but I'm just going to jot them down on here for now. Your evasion determines how skilled you are at avoiding an enemy attack should you miss your aim roll. Similar to defense, if your evasion is higher than the enemy's aim, you can reduce incoming damage. If it is lower than the enemy's aim, you may take maximum damage. Unlike defense, you will get a roll and add this number to determine your final evasion score each round. Interesting. Okay. And then the final is roll a d4 to determine your shield. And we got a 2. So, okay, if the result is 2, your shield value is 1. So I'm going to mark that. So our options were 0, 1 for 2 and 3, and a 4 gives us a shield of 2. So your shield helps you avoid incoming damage. When you take damage in ship combat, you can subtract your shield value from the damage. For example, if you are told to take 3 damage and your shield value is 1, you will take 2 damage. The escape ship you are on is small and has limited defense capabilities. For each point of damage you take after subtracting your shield value, you will reduce your health by 1. In the above example, you would reduce your health by 2. Okay, so us as a person, or as a robot character, whatever we are, would take the same amount of damage as our ship every time. Okay. Like we just died. Okay, but that is it. That is where we end Friday. So I'm assuming for week 3, we're going to get into our first kind of combat flying ship situations and leave it at that. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully once I kind of get moved, next week, week 3, will probably also be another skipping days week, most likely, just because that will be moving week. So I will have a lot of last minute things to kind of take care of. But hopefully once I'm in and can get settled, things will kind of go back to a more normal routine, at least on my end. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to leave a comment below, please let me know what you're doing. And if you have any fun things that you like to do after you move somewhere new, like if there's like a little piece of something you always buy, or a dinner that you always have the first night, or anything super like silly like that, usually on moving days, I will end up getting Wendy's for lunch. That's just what I do. Or that first dinner, I'll get Wendy's. I don't know why. That's just the past few times that I've moved. That's just what I've ended up doing, is when I'm out getting that last load or something, I always end up driving by a Wendy's and I'm like, I'm going to get that. I'm going to be too tired to cook tonight, even if it's just something microwavable. And I just do that. So we shall see. I don't technically drive by a Wendy's, but there's one that's not too far away from me, so I might end up doing that, but we'll see what happens. But otherwise, I already said comment, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I will see you all very soon.